Not often do you find adult-style cartoons that are also giving a message. I guess you can consider the older Simpsons to be that way, or maybe even the newer ones, but then again, I haven't really watched The Simpsons, so I don't really know. Nowadays, it's usually just funny haha jokes and adult cartoons that you either A, usually can't say in kids' shows, or B, just adult jokes that kids wouldn't get. I'm all for these kinds of things, like in Family Guy, Big Mouth, Futurama, and other shows of the like, but when it's just that, it can be a little redundant. So I was pleasantly surprised when Close Enough took the approach of a Simpsons-styled format where it isn't just constantly dirty jokes and haha funny moments, but also a little bit of lesson or a narrative in every episode. I feel like J.G. Quintel has always been able to make these kinds of things, like in Regular Show for example. It was crazy, goofy, but also had that spice of being a semi-serious lesson learning tone to it. It could be remembering it wrong, but I think that Regular Show had episodes like that. For Close Enough though, it's everyone. At least I'm certain of it being that way for Close Enough. So might be a bit different. Anyways, the episodes and characters were all good. I didn't ever find myself being too annoyed by one specific main character, and it was overall really balanced. Also, I'm a huge fan of the voice actor who played Alex, Jason Mantzoukas. I'm probably saying his last name wrong. I enjoyed him as Jay in Big Mouth. I feel like for the first god-awful 2 seasons of that show, he was the only funny one. Of course, it's Big Mouth, which I'm very mixed on generally, but I'd say he might have been the only character in that show that made me laugh out loud more than once, so yeah. Refreshing to see him on this show with his voice and personality, which totally complement the show, by the way. Now, let me clear this up. The show is good, and I'll just say it's quote-unquote good as sort of being in the middle, but not bad. I enjoyed it and its weird references and its jokes. I enjoyed their approach to a funny, zany kind of show while also keeping a semi-serious tone in places that's appropriate. And I can't really say anything bad about the show necessarily. I'm not a huge critic, 600-pound redditor who rewatches this show 6 times to have a more concrete statement about it. I like watching stuff in my free time, and that's what I did with this show. And I thought it was good. No real negative things I have to say, except they live in LA, so that docks a good 50 points off the show for me. Overall, Close Enough is, for me, is like a good B-tier show. It was entertaining, but never really broke new grounds in the genre, which I mean, I don't... Freaking headset is low on battery, and it has to make that beeping sound from like 1983 while I'm recording. Close Enough for me is like a good B-tier show. It was entertaining, but never really broke new grounds in the genre, which I mean, I don't think they were going for anyways, so yeah, probably B-tier. I probably won't remember these episodes or anything other than entertainment, something that I watched and just didn't ever retain anything from it. But I think my favorite episode, or favorite episodes, because they divided each quote-unquote episode into 2 stories, was the 7th quote-unquote episode, which comprises of 2 episodes, First Date and Snailing It. That really does sound weird, how it's 1 episode that's 2 episodes. Anyways, First Date, or at least how I interpret it, was sort of a take on polyamorous relationships, and that these people were still clinging to each other, which in this case they were physically sewn to each other, like some kind of trend, and trying to date other people. So Alex and Bridget is the 2 divorced couples that live inside of, like, they were divorced from each other, but were friends with J.G. Quintel's character and his wife. So they live together because they live in LA, so like every square inch is like $600,000. So they're going out, this divorced couple, Bridget, is going out to find new people. And at first it was just Bridget going on the date, but Alex was open to a sort of wingman for her, which he said in the beginning of the episode. Which fails miserably after he's invited to her date and he starts flirting with the girl that's attached to the guy that Bridget was dating. And then, like most polyamorous relationships, Bridget gets jealous of Alex's spite it totally being open to it prior. And, well, I don't really want to spoil the rest, also because I don't really remember the rest, but essentially polyamorous relationship bad, and I thought that was kind of funny. Snailing It, I just kind of enjoyed watching a normal person talk to a snail and then have a time-traveling battle with it. You kind of got to watch it to understand, but I'm just kind of a sucker for the power to manipulate time. I think that time manipulation's cool and stuff. Like, if you could just kind of like, you could go back in time and just get Bitcoin in like 2008 or something. I just checked the titles of the episodes, and apparently the 2nd season just came out like today or something. So I'm gonna go watch that. So thanks for watching, I guess, and be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon for more Reddit readings, guys. Get random Reddit reference.